Hey everyone, this is Onion. It's Friday, March 19th, pre-market. This morning I'm going to look at sundial growers with you, some technical insight, short selling activity, and institutional holdings, and talk a little bit about that earnings call yesterday. It's almost 5:30 this morning. You can see bid and ask a little bit over yesterday's close. So it looks like a little bit of an upward trend in pre-market, but the volume is low. Usually around this time, it's around 2.53 million shares. So, not as much action today, but the price is going up. If we look at the upper chart here, everything it was showing a upward momentum, and it's still showing upward momentum, but we're going to need a few days to confirm, right? With that earnings call yesterday, that huge catalyst, the market didn't really take it that well, and the price is going to drop. What I see here is in the next few days, I see the 21-day moving average crossing the 50-day moving average, which would be the first bearish indicator, and then I think the share price is going to follow this 21-day moving average. That's just my opinion. We'll need a few days to confirm. If we look at the lower indicators, you can see the MACD did cross the average yesterday. Yeah, I think it was yesterday. But now it's just leveling out, and it looks like it's going to start dropping down. Momentum went up as the price dropped yesterday, so that's really not a good sign. And then all the other indicators, some are showing reversal. But then, we're going to need a few days to confirm it. RSI is at 52, so it can go in either direction. But, with that earnings call yesterday, and the news wasn't really that great, so, definitely the share price is going to drop a little bit. The technicals will start, showing that in a few days. If we look at the short selling activity for yesterday, it was at 25.87%. That was the ratio. So, it's really not, it's not high, it's not low, it was right in the middle. You had a few low days lately, but, it was sitting in around 30 a few days too. So I just checked at 5:15. If you want to borrow today, it's 0.9% as a borrow rate, and there's 10 million shares available. That can change throughout the day. Institutional holdings, nothing was filed yesterday, so as of this morning, you have 52 institutional owners, and they represent 1.44% of the float. And then just my opinion on the earnings call yesterday. Basically what they told us, we knew. There wasn't any real surprises, any good news really. The things I do like is their focus on the higher potency. I think that's extremely important, and it's nice to hear that companies are actually focusing on that. I didn't like how they weren't really saying how much they have to write off to get this potency level, but at least they're going in the right direction. I think that's a very, very good thing. I went through this. I live in Canada. I live in Toronto. It's the biggest city in Canada, and we went through this whole legalization thing a few years ago. And when they first opened the stores, and all the way up until opening, this sector is amazing to trade. If you follow the Canadian sector, this American one is following. It's following the exact same momentum, the exact same direction that the Canadian went in. So if you study the Canadian one, you can make a lot of money flipping these companies. But for now, they're just flips, right? Because they were extremely overvalued. When legalization came out, it was in October, and there was lineups around the block. They would literally take you 4 or 5 hours to get in there. But when you got the product and you paid 2, 3 times the price for the flour, and realized it was the same as what Johnny had down the street for this, for 1/3 of the price, the sales really dropped. And even Sundial and all the companies are saying that in 2020 the flour sales really dropped. And the other problem, it's actually not a problem, it's good for us, but if the states follow the same legalization model that Canada has, we're allowed to grow plants in our backyard, right? We're allowed to have 3 plants per household. So that's why flower sales are down. Like, you would literally look at a south side of an apartment building, and every balcony would have pot on it. So it's everywhere. I actually was personally given 5 ounces of weed from 5 different, or 1 ounce of weed from 5 different people for Christmas. So that's how much is out there. So for them to focus on a quality flower, I think is a very, very good thing. And I think that's the best thing that came out of that call. Now, what I don't like is they don't say anything. Analysts had questions, they didn't really answer them. They don't have any guidance on their investments. They don't have any guidance on anything. They're working with private companies. And when public companies mix with private companies, with SAF or SAF or whatever their name is, that's not a good thing. That's really, really not a good thing for the shareholder of the public company. The private company usually always, the private equity company always benefits from this. So just keep that in mind. Now people have been asking me, buy, hold, or sell. I don't like to give these ratings because things can change. These companies are so volatile. Things could change, in the morning, and the stock price could go up to, $3 from some crazy announcement, right? So I would say buy when it drops. It's going to drop lower. Find some guidance. See, in a couple of months where Sundial is going. That's the target they gave us. They said that over and over again a few times in the call. We can give you guidance in a couple of months. Well, that's when I would buy, when we have the guidance, right? If you buy at $1 or at $1.20, it really doesn't matter. If there's all these things. If this thing's going to $10 or $5, it doesn't matter if you buy in at $1 or $1.50. Wait and see where the guidance gives you. That's just my opinion. Obviously do whatever you want. Hold, if you bought this under 80 cents, definitely hold it. In my opinion, it would be crazy to sell. Maybe sell half your holdings or something, because there is good news that comes out of this, but it's not worth $1.50, right? It's 80 cents or below. You're at a very, very good point, and congratulations if you did get in there at that point and you're holding. I think that was a very smart move. And sell, well, I believe you missed the sell before the earnings call. A lot of my subscribers and followers and stuff took advantage of that $1.75 or $1.80 spike after hours, and they bailed, which was a good thing. So that's my opinion on stuff. Obviously, please don't take this as advice. Do whatever you want, and do your research and due diligence. Anyway, I hope this video helps. Good luck to everyone. I hope you all make $1 million and have a great weekend.